Question 12. What does God require in the 9th and 10th commandments? Answer: 9th, that we do not lie or deceive. 10th, that we are content, not envying anyone. So these two commandments are probably two of the most easy to transgress, but they're two of the most protective in the sense of if we walk by them, we are truly walking in fulfillment of that royal law of love, to love our neighbor as ourselves. So the first with the 9th commandment, it is, you shall not bear false witness. And the notion behind false witness is a false testimony or dealing with the intention behind a statement of lies or deception, fraud, slander, hypocrisy, any of these negative actions of the tongue, as it were, for me to tear down, destroy, or hurt my neighbor. And honestly, if we're looking at how should I use my tongue to treat my neighbor, well, the Apostle James tells us it should be to bless and to build up, not to curse or to revile, because who am I really speaking against is a fellow image bearer of God. And when I speak against an image bearer of God, who I'm really speaking against is God himself. So this, again, is one of those teaching tools that it trains me on how I should be using my tongue in relationship with my neighbor so that I am more properly understanding how I should use my tongue to praise and proclaim the goodness of God. Now, the 10th commandment, you shall not covet, and it lists a whole bunch of things not to covet in the text, but just this understanding of covetousness, right? Covetousness equals discontentment. We can very simply make that formula. If I'm coveting something, it's because I think I deserve it. It's because I think I need it. It's because I think that God should have given it to me. And we can really break it down to covetousness equals discontent, which equals an accusation against God. When we are really envious or coveting of another person's things, whether it's their life or their property or their gifts or whatever, we're really accusing God. And this commandment is here to put that guardrail up and say it is wrong to covet, but it is wrong to bring such an accusation against God. Famous Puritan Thomas Watson says that covetousness is the mother of all sin. And he draws this beautiful illustration of how covetousness leads to murder, covetousness leads to adultery, covetousness leads to theft. And it's the idea that if we can, by the grace of God, strive to keep ourselves free from this sin, free from covetousness, we will keep ourselves walking in holiness from these other sins. So it's a very important law. To summarize question 12, what does God require in the 9th and 10th commandments? 9th, that we do not lie or deceive. 10th, that we are content, not envying anyone.